Hi everyone, I am Jess Kennedy, entrepreneur, English and Spanish teacher and future millionaire. Welcome to my channel. So what we're going to see in today's video, we're going to focus on pros and cons of becoming an entrepreneur. For those who haven't seen my previous videos in which I talk about becoming an entrepreneur, I will leave the link. You can go and watch those and then come back to this one. This one you have an insight on how I became an entrepreneur, why I decided to become one, and also how I finally did it. If not, you can just watch this one and then go there, whatever you prefer. Alright guys, so like I said, there are advantages and disadvantages of becoming an entrepreneur or creating your own business. I'm going to focus on the positive aspects first and then we'll go to the negative aspects. Okay, here we go. First advantage of being an entrepreneur is that you have complete freedom. By this, I mean you do not have your boss watching over you, shouting at you, or your manager chewing your ear off telling you what to do and what not to do. Finally, you're the boss. Apart from this, you also have more flexibility. Like I said in one of my previous videos, being an entrepreneur and working on your online business means that you can work from anywhere in the world. This way, you can travel and work at the same time. Not only this, you decide when to work. Of course, at first, you're going to be working 15 hours a day probably, but once people get to know you, you actually know what you're doing and things start working out for you, you can set your own timetable. For example, in the future, I would like to maybe work from Monday to Thursday or Friday, I will see, from 9 to 2. This would be perfect. But for now, I have to work day and night. Why would I want to work at this time? Well, first of all, you have a fresh mind, which is good to start work. And then second, you finish earlier, which means that you have the rest of the day to enjoy it with your friends and family and do other things. We also have control. We have control over everything which has to do with our business. You get to shape your own business. And so you influence the direction of the company, which is one of the best parts of being an entrepreneur. You also get to decide who you want to work with and who will be part of your team. So of course, you're always going to choose the best people, so you'd be happy to work with them. Also, something very positive is profit. As your business grows, so does your pocket. We all know that hard work pays off, literally. You actually get to do what you love and what you believe in, and hopefully for the rest of your life. Although there will be ups and downs, in 10 years you will be able to look back in time and be proud of what you've done, what you have achieved, what you have accomplished. So whilst talking about some of these pros, or these advantages, you have to bear in mind that you have to be a natural leader in order to find success. How do you know if this is within you? Well, first of all, I think we know whether we are leaders or not. Do I want to spend the rest of my life working for someone, telling me what to do and what not to do? Or would I like to be the boss? Would I like to be in charge? So some of the characteristics of a natural leader are the following: confidence. Natural leaders are determined to succeed. If you don't have confidence, you cannot inspire confidence in those that follow you. If you don't believe in yourself, who's going to? Ask yourself that. Apart from this, you've got to be an extrovert. So being talkative and being likable helps people relate to you on a more personal level. So there's a bigger connection there that makes them follow your guidance. Thick-skinned, very important too. Sadly, in the world we live in nowadays, there are going to be people who are not going to like what you do, your ideas, and so they will try and bring you down. Leaders have to know this, try and not let it affect you. So, very important, you are thick-skinned. Whatever you say comes through here and goes out there. Sorry. Also, you got to be very energetic, very hard-working, 100% time, effort. Apart from these things, you also have to be open-minded. What am I trying to say with this? Well, you have to be willing to listen to other opinions and ideas. Have the willingness to improve. I have always spoken about the importance of communication. This is what gets us from one place to the other. If you have a problem, you communicate. We solve that problem. For me, communication is key. So those were some of the qualities of a natural leader. So if you have this within you and you know you're a natural leader, maybe you could become an entrepreneur. In my case, I have always been this way. I know I'm very hardworking, very confident, communicative, open-minded, and I have always known that I want to do something to have a brighter future, and this is my time. So on the other side, we have some disadvantages. Okay, not everything is perfect. So the first disadvantage that we may find when becoming an entrepreneur is a lot of stress. Like I said in one of my other videos as well, there are going to be moments in time in which you are going to want to give up and feel everything is worthless, too stressful. You're going to feel like it's not getting you anywhere. And the thing is, you're going to be very stressed because you're having to think of absolutely everything related to your business. If there's a problem, you have to solve it. You're going to have to think about all the possible problems, salaries, and of course, there's no guarantee that you will be getting any income. Not only this, you're going to feel like you're the CEO, the marketing manager, HR, and admin, everything. You have to do everything. So you're having to use your mind in order to make sure everything is perfect and in order for your business to be successful. Apart from this, very important, you won't be earning much, especially in the beginning. Hopefully it's just in the beginning. Why is this? Because nobody knows you. Nobody knows your business. So why would somebody book lessons with you, for example, or why would somebody buy your product? Maybe it's not as good as this other business. So that's why it's important that you get people to know you. Of course, in the beginning, you're going to work 1,000 hours a week. You have flexibility. You can decide when you want to work, but of course, like I said, you're going to have to put a lot of time and effort into your project. I tend to work maybe 10, 12 hours a day. It depends. And then sometimes you think, I've done nothing and I've been sat here all day working my butt off. Also, as we are small businesses, you may need investors. Why is this? Because some businesses require a lot of money to get started, and this leads to getting into debt, which is what we want to avoid. In my case, I created my own website, so I only had to pay for the domain, which means that I didn't have to invest a lot of money. So I was quite lucky there. So depending on what you are doing, it's going to cost more or less. So this is very important that you rethink if you want to risk it. Also, another disadvantage is the responsibility you have, as of course the future of this business is in your hands, and so is your next paycheck. So that means that you have to carry all the weight on your shoulders. So like I said, it is very important that you're 100% sure of what you want to do and whether you are willing to risk everything. Like I always say, it can either go one way or the other, so let's hope for the best. So just like I mentioned a second ago, it is very risky starting your own business because you are competing with already well-established businesses. And one of the most challenging aspects of becoming an entrepreneur is building your brand and making your name recognizable in the industry. It would be great if you had friends in high places so they could help you out. So guys, as you have seen, there are advantages and disadvantages of becoming an entrepreneur or creating your own business. In my case, I have done everything myself and I am not in debt, thank God. Although I do have to admit that my business did not require much money, just a lot of effort and time. But if I would have had to lend a lot of money off someone, I'm not sure whether I would have started the business. Of course, my life is not depending on my website, as I do have other sources of income. So in my case, it wouldn't be so bad if I didn't make it, if my platform didn't work. At least I wouldn't have lost thousands or millions trying to invest in something. So like I said, very important that you rethink whether it is worth it or not. I'm still working on my platform and I have loads of ideas in mind, and this is one of the reasons I'm on YouTube, so people can get to know me and my business. And this way I can achieve my other entrepreneur goals, one step at a time. So guys, this is all on you now. Do you risk it or not? Or would you rather work from 9 to 5 for the rest of your life, in a job you probably don't even like? So I'm going now, but please reflect on what I've just said. I do have to say, if I were you and you were in a case which was similar to mine, in which you don't need much money to start your business and you can do everything yourself, go for it, 100%. So guys, this is the end of the video. I do hope you have enjoyed it and you've learnt that becoming an entrepreneur can have many good things and also a few bad things, but it is your decision whether you want to risk it or not. Hopefully everything works out for you and for myself. So if you did like the video, please subscribe to my channel and give it a thumbs up while you are there. Thank you, and I will see you next week.